Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Shay. I'm excited to have you guys here. I did a poll on my story the other day on Instagram and I asked if you guys wanted to see what I eat in a day or a day in the life, and so many of you responded a what I eat in a day, and it won by landslide. So today I'm doing a what I eat in a day. I'm going to take you guys through a full day of eating, and honestly it makes sense by that one because in my opinion the eating aspect is definitely one of the most challenging parts of your fitness journey. I hope that this video will give you guys some tips and tricks and maybe even some inspiration into quick, easy, healthy meal ideas that are high protein, healthy options, and will help you along your journey. I want to give you guys a little bit of background into my personal nutrition journey. Whenever I was in probably like 9th grade, I think was the first time I ever started counting my calories. At the time, I had the mindset, I really thought like the less I ate, the more I exercised, the smaller I would be, the happier I would feel, the more confident I would feel. At the time, I was having a pack of crackers for breakfast, and I wouldn't even let myself have the entire pack of crackers because it felt like too many calories. For lunch, I was usually taking like an apple with peanut butter and fruit, or I typically would like to have like a salad with maybe some chicken on it. Looking back, I was so underfueling my body, but at the time, I really didn't understand what I was actually doing. Now I'm at the point I no longer count calories. I got to a point where it became a very toxic cycle. I just had to let it go altogether. Sometimes, honestly, I will count calories every so often just to get an idea of where I'm at on my macros, making sure I'm getting enough protein, eating enough food. No longer have that mindset. I learned how to properly fuel my body and fuel it in a way that energizes me and makes me feel my best. I just want to put it out there, like, remember, everybody's body is different. What your body needs might be different than what my body needs, and it's so important to listen to your body. Our bodies truly do tell us, like, when you eat something, you know how it makes you feel. So make sure that you're listening to your body and the way that things make you feel. I am mainly focusing in on making sure I'm consuming enough protein. I try to eat about 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body fat. To be totally honest with you guys, I can't even remember the last time I weighed myself, so I don't exactly know how much I even weigh, but guesstimating right now, my current protein goal is around 135 to 140 grams of protein. So that's just a little bit of background of my personal nutrition journey, where I came from and where I'm currently at. And like I said, I hope today's video gives you some inspiration, and I'm excited to take you guys through what I eat in a day. I always try to do is start off my morning with a balanced breakfast, and honestly, my go-to breakfast recently has been avocado toast and an egg with egg whites, and it's just been so freaking good. And when I get on a kick, I usually have like the same breakfast for probably a couple of weeks. I just get on kicks, and right now that's the kick I'm on, but it's honestly delicious and it's super easy, super simple. It probably takes like 10 minutes to make. I use these muffins, just like an original English muffin. 1 egg. I do 3 servings of egg whites. These are the egg whites I use, but in 1 serving of egg whites, there's 5 grams of protein. So great source of protein. And then I do an avocado on the muffin, and it is so good.
Next, I typically like to have a mid-morning snack, usually around like 11:30 or 12, and my go-to has been peanut butter toast with peanut butters and honey. It's honestly been so delicious, and it's so easy to make.
I made a quick healthy snack recipe for Instagram today, and y'all, they literally look so good. They just came out of the freezer. I froze them. I would say you have to freeze them for about an hour for them to be good to go, but I'm so excited to try them. They were so easy to make. Bananas, yogurt, almond butter, and dark chocolate. I cannot wait. I always love sharing like quick, healthy recipe ideas for girlies with sweet tooths, because at the end of the day, like, I have a sweet tooth. So whenever I make these recipes, I always like to share them. The full recipe for this is, by the time this video is posted, it will be up on my Instagram. So if you want the full recipe and you want to try to make it yourself, you can head over to my Instagram and you can find the full recipe there. But oh my gosh, I feel like even the banana is just like the perfect consistency. Because it just like It's not like crunchy hard because it was in the freezer, but it's just like a little bit firm, if that makes sense. But, yeah. Y'all gotta try this. So freaking good. Honestly, really good substitute for, these are typically my go-to. I love just like the fruit with a chocolate covered like strawberry or chocolate covered raspberry, and I typically like to have like a little sweet treat after dinner, but I'm telling you what, these would be the perfect substitute. I also shared a raspberry yogurt bark on my Instagram not that long ago, so you guys could also check out that one as well. It was pretty fire. So but this is my fave. I'm gonna finish my snack and then I'm about to go hit leg day. Now it's time for our post-workout protein shake. So I always like to have a protein shake post-workout. I just think it's a quick source of protein and it's also super simple, and honestly I kind of look forward to it now because it's just kind of delicious, right? But I'll run you guys through how I make my protein shakes because it's super simple. I always try to use like an almond milk, usually it's vanilla. If they don't have the vanilla, I usually just get original, and then an almond butter. So I always do an almond butter because I'm a big almond butter girly, and a banana. Usually I do strawberries, but I'm actually out of strawberries right now. The protein that I use for in it is the vegan protein birthday cake flavor. It's from You Can Be. I typically prefer vegan protein over whey just because anytime that I have whey protein, a lot of the times I notice it kind of just makes me feel like blah. So I typically go with vegan protein. It's a little bit lighter on the stomach in my opinion. And I also do a creatine. I typically just do like a regular unflavored creatine. I've been using the PE Science one, but I just ran out. So I'm gonna use this strawberry burst one and I think that'll be totally fine. But let's whip it up. This one isn't as thick as I usually make them. I typically use frozen strawberries, so it does make it a little bit thicker. But honestly, another trick that sometimes I do, like if I don't have frozen berries to use, is I'll just put in a little bit of ice. So if you like your smoothie a little bit thicker, I would just recommend putting in a little bit of ice. I need to do a little gym fit check for you guys. So today's gym fit is Oneractive. The top is gonna be bandeau, and honestly guys, I love this color. The bottoms are the effortless leggings, and they're kind of hard to see, but they're actually, let's see. They're kind of hard to see, but they're actually like a bluish color, but I feel like this is such a vibe, like the purple with the navy blue. But honestly, so cute. If you guys do decide to shop Oneractive, I do have a support link for them. I'll drop it down in the notes. For lunch, I decided to grab lunch out today. So I decided I wanted a sandwich, well actually a wrap, but I went to this sandwich shop and I like to get the Caesar salad wrap, and it is literally so good. To tell you guys, I also like to get the jalapeno chips as well, and that's about balance. I thought this could be super helpful because I get so many questions about eating out, and honestly the girls that I work with too are always like, okay, well if I'm traveling or if I need to grab lunch out, like what are your go-tos, what are good options? And to be honest, I'll give you guys a little run through of like just a couple of go-tos I have when I eat out. Anytime I'm eating out for lunch, I usually try to get something on the lighter side, just because if I eat something that's super like big or heavy, it'll just kind of make me feel blah the rest of the day and just low energy. Typically my go-tos for lunch is like a sandwich, a wrap. I also like to get like a chicken salad sometimes, or something along those lines, maybe sometimes salmon. If I'm doing dinner out, I typically just try to prioritize getting a protein, a carb, and a fat. And to be quite frank with you guys, if I'm eating dinner out, most of the time I just genuinely order what I want. But I will say some good go-to options for dinner that I like is usually like a salmon with some sort of sides. Maybe that's rice or maybe it's a pasta. Sometimes I will go for the pasta because I am a pasta girly and I love pasta, okay? And other times it might be a chicken or a steak. But like I said, I usually just try to make sure I get some sort of protein in, and then a carb, healthy fat, all that good jazz. So I hope that helps you guys, because I know that is a super big one. It's always like, what are good options if I need to eat out for lunch or dinner?
It's literally so good every time. I'm finishing off the evening with some dinner and having chicken tikka masala. I honestly just got this specific recipe off of Pinterest and it is hands down so good. I'm having garlic naan bread on the side and then white rice as well. And of course, we can't forget the olipop. This rice cooker is hands down one of my favorite purchases. It's so simple. You literally just put in the rice with the water and it cooks in like 30-40 minutes.
I hope this video was super helpful for you guys. I hope it gave you some tips and tricks and maybe even some healthy recipes to try out for yourself. But other than that, you guys, thanks again so much for coming back. Thank you for your continued support. I love you lots and I'll see you next time.